Hey guys, welcome back to Maxcast, Turnover Unification. Today I have a 2 vs 2 for you on Quatra. On the one team we have Rick Dan Kane playing the Adeptus Mechanicus. Oops. His teammate playing the Orks is Cursed Fly B54. Okay. Team 2 is Andarion playing the Night Lords. And last but not least playing the Praetorian Guard we have HUNtington. So another one of HUNtington's replays. The replay name was What a Match, and it was said to be quite a long one, so if you have nothing planned for the next, I don't know, hour or so, that's good for you. And yeah, grab some snacks, grab some drinks. For Huntington we have his signature opener, his Ork opener basically, where he goes Blood X, the Blood X encampment grounds, munition stores and a generator with one irregular and then into 2 Blood X mercs. Should have, yeah, exactly enough for 2. Will be shortly have enough for the strategic point. For AdMac we had 1, 2, 3 his pacifists into Magos and into another his pacifists, so no another builder. You should by all means reinforce this by 1. This should help quite a lot. On the other side, the Orks going for a very greedy 2-gen opener, so they know what the name of the game is. Economy, economy, economy. So they will probably immediately, or should at least immediately upgrade their points right now. Yeah, there you go. So he goes for as much economy as you can muster. You only have 3 points on your base, so you will be need to fight over the points in the middle to get an edge. Night Lord's going for a gen opener, also economy based. Going for Captain, and I saw 2 Furies, I think, and nothing else, also very economy based. We stick to Huntington side for now. If there will be some infiltration shenanigans, we will check in later. Orks getting peppered a bit by the, what is it called, just Captain? Yeah, the Captain having his Furies and yeah, trying to lock down already the entrance to the Ork base, decapping what was the Orks point. On the other side we have now 2 squads of his pacifists and Magos actually building a point, interestingly enough, going for power investment early, so it will be probably a quick tier 2. I will have, yeah, you will see it on the top left, the economy and tech progression for 4 players. That's the maximum I can fit in this place over here. So you will have very good insight on the economy and tech progression. Okay, Tyrant turret has been dropped by the Magos. Yeah, Furies dying left, right and center. There's some red fire, but yeah, the turret gets focused. It needs to be repaired. Otherwise this is a whole lot of requisition down the train. Yeah, if the Magos would have repaired, this would be better. These are 3 his pacific squads. Yeah, 1 looking at this point funny for now should stop the capping. Yeah, very sad if you need to stop the cap at 75% or something. Yeah, you cannot upgrade your points until you're tier 2, so you're more or less reliant on your units and your turret if you have one. So they are now pinned back to their base. The Orks are now pinned back in their base, but in comes the Big Mac now with some sluggers only. 2 war banners for now. 3rd one following, yeah. He goes for economy and then in tier 2, so we will see probably the most aggression in tier 2. We have some Blood X mercs for Huntington, having the double shooter, a captain from his ally, and not sure where his other Orks are. The irregulars are over here. Now we have some Ork on Ork action, mercs versus real Orks. Shooty business, but yeah, the Big Mac has no business in that and goes into melee. The Big Mac should lose into melee against his captain, however. Captain did get some damage dealt beforehand. The question is, can he losing the morale, are they? And now he comes in and tries to tie up the goes to his friendly Orks. Yeah, and this is heavy cover, yeah, and the heavy cover, and there's now some grenade launchers, very good against Orks in general. Do we see more of the grenade launchers? No, only for 1 squad for now. Yeah, relatively expensive, so let's see how it goes. More and more pacifists showing their grenade launchers. 1 capping and 1 is not getting. Yeah, now it get also grenade launchers, so that's at the end of this push over here, so they will fall back. Even getting an 8 station, I like that. 8 station should yeah, help your units quite a bit in the regeneration department. Most useful, of course, for Orks. Yeah, your irregulars can also be regenerate, but they have so few HP. So you should see now Orks HP going up pretty rapidly. It's not available for your friends, however, as buffs are not transferred, or buffs and ores are not transferred to your friends. Tier 2 is not yet on the way. Tier 2 is not yet on the way as well. Oh, no. Tier 2 is already done. Tier 2 is finished for the Orks, going for more and more. And Tier 2 is finished also for the AME+O. So HUNtington is a bit behind in the tech progression. But otherwise, yeah, even getting some upgrades now. A lovely cup of tea. Very important. Ork bunker even, so he bunkers down hard. Irregulars. Getting also grenade launchers. We have grenade launcher action, but yeah, these Orks, if they can fire, will deal a lot of damage, but there's some now more specimens with grenade launchers. So this is nowhere where anyone wants to be right now. Getting some blue frames on exit as well. The Big Mac peeling off another model. Who was this, the captain? No, the captain is over here. Whew. Ork bunker now here can be used to tunnel Orks around, but for the most part it is a very, very good turret. Even a stiffer up lip. Tier 2 is halfway done, so we have a Forge of Terror. What do we see from here? Of course, Hell Talents. And nothing really here for the Orks. Okay, they go tier 4, why not? For the AME+O, they are a bit behind in terms of using their resources, it looks like. I mean, they have now the Archmagus over here, which has a very good melter, I think it's called, or the weapon. I think it's a melter pistol or something. Yeah, melter rifle. I don't know. Has stuff, can deal with this aircraft probably very good. And yeah, does exactly that. There was some bombing run from the Archmagus, I think. At least they say something about it. Tier 2 is now finished for HUNtington. There's now Warwalker. He needs to upgrade his points ASAP. His tier 2 is finished, so this is a bit of a misplay here. Now I have to research, but you need also the defensive points to get enough requisition. He needs more requisition income, and for this he needs to upgrade his points. They also are very mean in terms of damage they put out. Volkite reactor also on the way. They have like basically 4 weapons and all getting in the arc. So if you walk around this, you get shot very quickly and very a lot of damage. Reckless now with 20 models and 2 grenade launchers. Blood X mob leaders on the way. You can also get your commanders, your little sub-commanders from the HQ, and tie them to the Orks, because you can. Black Sanity in the middle of nowhere. And I really like this model over here, this reactor, Volkite reactor. Gives you a lot of power, of course. Now upgrading his points, very nice. Has his point over here and going for tier 3. So yeah, this is now heal yourself. It does not work on allies. It doesn't work on allies. Yeah, a lot of economy now being put up over here. Orks. HUNtington thinks it works on allies, but it does not. Your regeneration, all your auras do not benefit any friends. This is how Dawn of War is built. Not like if you have like Warcraft 3 or something. Vault of Fear, tier 3 on the way. Everybody's going tier 3 now. Tier 3 for Orks, tier 3 for AME+O. Tier 3 not yet done for HUNtington. He just now gets his vehicle production building, which then in turn allows for tier 3. Now we have a bit of a poke over here against this 8 station, because why not? Could also take this listing post. Carapace armor, so these his Baspits have now a whole lot more armor. Costs a bit more if you build more, but you can also just not build them. Okay, these were a lot of dead Orks. They try to defend, and then in comes the airstrike. And yeah, tier 3 should be finished. Yeah, tier 3 is finished for the AdMech, they can now get these AETOS drones and I don't know, some upgrades. Okay, 2 research searchers actually and 2 defensive. On the other side, the Orks are tier 3, so what they are getting? Very, how should I say? Custom widgets, no. Very, how should I say? Turtley map that is. We have now 2 squads, 1 squad of commanders, 1 squad of flash kids, custom gadgets. So is he planning to jump over? He has the Big Mac over here and the Weird Boy over here. Both have a teleport, so I think he plans to come over here. Tier 3 is also done for good old Andarion over here. He's another Ork bunker, because why not? And I think these guys, they look pretty much like they want to jump over. You know, the custom gadgets, research, reinforcing a bunch, commandos and stuff. We will keep an eye on that. Otherwise we have a lot of, a bit of a stalemate over here. There's also no take and hold victory, so there's no incentive to move. So this is why I really want to have the take and hold victory. Like if they would have enabled, then this side over here of the Orks and AdMech would need to be more active. We have some less cannons on the side. And otherwise, basically tier 4, I guess. Yeah. Now getting the mech shop, a bit late on that, but he plans to do something. So let's see. The other side, this is why I sometimes do not like these team games, especially without win condition over here. We have now warp talents in, getting out the curse, orb research and whatnot. Yeah. For HUNtington, is it the tier 4 statue somewhere? Eclipse portal over here, more upgrades, another munition store. No tier 4 for HUNtington yet. Getting another bunker. Atramentos already, so I think this little advance over here is ill-advised now that there are so many troops ready to pounce basically. Tier 4 is almost done. The Dream Eater. Like the Pokemon move, isn't it? And there's some... I think he did... yeah, you need to enable the Russian letters here. Yeah, tier 4 is also on the way for him. Is tier 4... This is the Storm Barracks. Tier 4 was, I think, researched. Eclipse portal for these. Tank commander, so he is tier 3, already gets now another generator. And we have Ork commandos on both sides now. Ork commandos here, Ork commandos here. So guys, what's the plan? Standing here until someone dies of old age? I'm not sure. Ork bunker shooting in. Whoop, the raptors over here will probably die. They stay here. In comes the Hell Talon. Hell Talon can be focused down by the Archmagos. Archmagos killed the bunker with his Spectre. In comes the Warriors of the Omnissiah, missing their first shots because they were on the move, I guess. Archmagos can turn now into Archmagos Prime. Oh no, he's just knocked down. He can turn into Archmagos Prime. There's the tank commander Vanquisher here. More or less one-shotting these warriors. They do not look like they have their armor research, or do they? On the side over here we had the very late jump of the Orks. Now there is a Krieg body around. There are some warp talents and everything over here. So the jump comes way too late for those guys. Oh, lifting those guys up is the sorcerer. Oh boy, these poor Orks. Oh, they are in there forever. Yeah, lifted up more and more. They are still alive, but holy moly. Morale damage is high. And of course a lot of stun time basically. Yeah, so these Orks, they had the time, but the time was not now. On the side over here we have now the Blood Axe Mercs with some rocket launches as well. Killing this point over here, getting another aircraft shot, which mostly hits the side over here. And we have some Ork on Ork action now. Commandos versus Commandos. I think the Commandos win. Which weapon do those Commandos have? Rocket launchers and big shooters. There comes a bit of a flare. I think this is a air strike. Yeah, this is an Ork airstrike actually, okay. Doing a lot of striking but not hitting a bunch. Yeah, we have now the Krieg and also the silent jets, so they are now infiltrated as well. All the raptors now. So we stick of course to Huntingtons and at the Night Lord side here. Sorry about the name, it is Andarion. They could probably advance a bit. Here comes now the first Leman Russ King pattern. Let's see what he did. Got a plasma cannon on top, it looks like. An auto cannon at one side, and heavy bolter on the third side, and a plasma cannon on the hull as well. So the weapons are all random. I just someday calculated the amount of possibilities, and it is, I don't know, it's in the thousands. So you have like 5 in each, so you have like with 2 weapons you have 25, then you already have 125, and then you have 500 something. It's a bit much, and there's these poor guys didn't know what hit them until it was too late. And now some Orks trying to hit over here. The tank commander will win because these are mostly anti-infantry weaponry, so even though they are repaired, it looks like a bit by the archmagos and stuff. Archmagos having their electro priests, but there's now, yeah, they did not need to walk away. There comes in the Kerbus guy, Kerbus, and for now using his newly enabled wrist cannon over here, some Atramentos and Warp Talons duking it out. A lot of that Orks. In comes the Hell Talon getting shot by multiple sides. A drop pod I think was used at some point. Tank commander here still shooting in. And yeah, the Leman Russ is now coming back. Archmagos is still in his more or less human form. Yeah, there's not the upgrade for the warriors. You can get the upgrade for the warriors that they do not need any Wi-Fi connection. Ooh. Krieg actually died here in the middle of the fight. More and more Orks fighting now these raptors with melters, it looks like. And this, the Ork tide with the ATMEC support will continue. Okay, this time we have still the plasma cannon at the side, but we have a cryo cannon at the top, a Tesla cannon at the side, and another cryo cannon. So 2 cryo cannons, and yeah. Wow. In comes now the big Stomper. So this is the relic unit for the one of the possible relic units for the Praetorian Guard, coming very close. And yeah, he really wants to kill this Leman Russ. One Leman Russ is dead already, but he gets like focus from a million angles over here. Another Dream Eater ability being used, and the Predator of the Night Lords coming back. A big explosion being added over here. Havoc launchers and another explosion over here. Wow. In comes the tank commander Vanquisher, which is still alive. And yeah, the Stomper died over here. So this is now still a big advance over here. These are now some poisonous gas. The Demon Prince Ascension is researched another time. So the next captain in line can advance. You can build already the next captain while researching it. There it goes. So when it's now the Krieg Cerberus, you can build already the next captain. It's basically. Oh, these are now the what is called the tier 4 units, the Ephraim Strain commandos, starting with plasma guns. Very needed, very nicely. We have them here. There's only the pain engines, I call them, because all they do is say how they want to die. Commander armor getting shot by multiple angles over here. The Predator did go for the plasma cannon on top. The Havoc hull launcher, so it shoots in every angle, but there are so many Orks. Cerberus is infiltrated and just tries to kill as many as they can. This is like a tower defense. They're just walking by. Not sure if this is the best move they could ever done. There's even an airstrike which hits really well. Another airstrike probably coming in. There's some shots from I don't know from where they come. From these guys when they are dropping in. from the Obliterators. Looks like Obliterators with their Graviton Cannon and everything. More and more airstrikes land as well. So this was a very poor movement from the Orc player over here. I gotta say, nothing much gained from just move commands through. You need to at least A-click. I'm not sure what this was all about. Dream Eater still alive, Raptors is still alive, and yeah, Krieg needs to run away for now. There's some Praetorians also being added, not the Praetorians of the Praetorian Guard, it's the Praetorians from the AdMech. In comes the Weird Boy again with his big explosive units, even getting in the maintenance servitors with plasma cannons. There you go. So a lot of plasma for the infantry. Oh, these FRS train. One hits, one misses. Akabos undetected comes in again. Airstrike. Oh, what do we have here now? A Shadow Sword. This is Relic unit. So another Relic unit being popped. You can get Tier 1 Titans there as well from this same building, but you need a Relic and a critical location. Critical location currently is in the hands of the Orks. The Orks could get a Relic, Tier 1 Titan, so be aware of that. If they get a Relic, that is, the Relic but in turn is owned by the Adeptus Mechanicus, personal teleporters and everything. Greek is now detected and he needs to run back. Another Lehman Rise King pattern with a Vanquisher cannon, a heavy bolter, a less cannon or auto cannon. Looks like an auto cannon on the sides or even a less cannon. I cannot really tell the difference. Lehman Rise battle tank, so not the tank commander, the battle tank is here. What is this? Another Orc commandos here. Obliterators getting shot. What is these Praetorian Guard? What are these guys? Okay, I cannot tell you because they just all died. Holy shit. Another Orc. I think this is from the commandos, I think. The Shadow Sword just eradicated those guys. Seeds of Terror research, so yeah, more terror. Another. There's a whirlwind now coming in, getting these gaseous clouds over here. What do we have here? Just some buildings here. Boys, oh, he produces the free boys, I guess. You can have the tier 4 research to get some free boys. Looted Predator tank now also on the other side. So we're turning in from a lot of infantry and squads now more and more into, yeah, there's these free slugger boys. They just come in and walk in. Maybe these are where all the sluggers that just moved in. Maybe it was my mistake to call it a bad play, I'm not sure. But they're very hardened in front over here. Nobody really gaining an advantage on this side. A lot of power stored by our friend over here. He now just got the first requisition upgrade, needs the second one because power is more or less abundant. What you do not have on this map is a lot of requisition. More and more clouds of purple around the battlefield. You can't really see until it's too late probably. Okay, I was coming in. Another Predator being added. As much armored power as you can get. Demon Russ, looted tank, air shots left and right. Okay, I have no idea what's going on over here. I do not even start to pretend. We have now the Gatling cannon for the for the Lehman Russ, just trying to stem the tide. This is now officially a defense, a survival map it looks like. Holy moly. There's so much Orks, commandos, more and more free slugger boys from all angles over here. Yes, four boys are producing free slugger boys. They are free, I think. If we switch sides, we should see that they are free, right? Yeah. For the other side, it looks like as if they would cost resources, but they do not. A lot of sluggers coming in now, of course. Another looted Predator tank. I said the Relic is owned by our friend Rigden Kane, so we could see a mobile base at some point, or even now the Titan requires a critical location. We get more and more Lehman Russ King pattern upgrades also now that you get some heavy stubber at the top. But I think this front gets more and more tanks, even now the Volkite tank over here, which are not dying. I do not see a lot of repairs. but they are not dying. They're getting more and more. These are now 3 Leman Russ, 1 the tank commander, 2 Leman Russ, a Shadow Sword, 2 Predators now. Okay, make this 1 and Creek over here. So it looks like the guard side over here is more or less stabilizing, whereas the other side is trying to come in again and again and again, but not getting real value. It's just a never-ending stream of units. Having these endless wave of sluggers is so good. You should not reinforce them. This is wasted resources. Just get them and move them in while you try to focus down the valuable targets. Another King Patter going down. Let's see what we have here. Last cannon on top. The heavy stubber now being added. A last cannon on the side. Can we see what it has? A melter and another last cannon, looks like. Now this is an auto cannon, and they will die probably soon anyway. Oh, the Shadow Sword go down. Wow. The Archmagus is still in his human form. If you upgrade, I think, one of these escalation protocol thingies. There's now the Land Raider Phobos. So did they? Oh, he gave him the relic. It looks like, but now HUNtington has a relic in turn. You have the Land Raider Phobos over here, and oh, he's trying to get the critical location. So we will or could see some Forge of Terror. There's even now a backstab. Glad that I catch it. There's so many minefields for the Orks to come into. And these are Orks now trying to get to the base. Now in comes the aircraft from the Palace of the Night, killing all of their morale basically. And there are still these minefields exploding on those. So I'm not sure. We need to keep an eye on the minimap to see that coming. There are now cryo guns used by these obliterators. They have cryo guns. They have, I think, las cannons for long range, and then also graviton cannons as well. This is now it. It's the machine reliquary, the land leviathan, or the mobile base, however you want to call it. The next Leman Russ coming in. The front, there's an bugged weapon. This is because it is an old mod. There's sometimes these kind of bugs. In comes another statue over here. Creek tried to fight over here, and they was able to defend over here. Yes, where's the tier 1 Titan building? It is trying to be built, as he has now the critical and the relic, so he needs to really prioritize this building to get the Titan, because with the Titan I think they can stamp the tide here. Leman Russ King pattern has now his shield being even more sturdy. I can't really tell, but it has cryo cannons at the side. I can see it from the perspective now. With the cryo cannons, they reduce the armor of enemy target. You need to be very careful with that. The Predator for a short amount is now stealth. You can do this for a short amount of time. In comes these 2 Predators. The machine reliquary has less cannons on all 4 angles and heavy bolters. And of course you can produce in the field. Archmagus died, so you can produce it again. It's basically like an Ork monolith. Shadow Dome is now finished. Resources are aligned, and he goes for a Kratos battle tank. This is not even the tier 1 Titan. This is a super heavy you can get if you have a critical and a relic. All the time this artillery fire. Oh, I just said it's too early. It just died. Oh my god, this is so many bodies over here. You can't even walk 1 feet without stepping on a dead Ork. Yeah, mostly Orks. Only Orks, looks like. There's 1 convict over there in the midst. Yeah, but this is... How do you get through this choke point? The answer is you don't, probably. Yeah, another Leman Russ died. These big Seppi guns over here as well. Another machine reliquary being built. You can do that. They have also weapons enabled if you have the tier upgrades. So they are more like a big turret in a sense. And yeah, the progression on Kratos battle tank is increasing. Yeah, more commanders say, yeah, I'm not sure if you can go here. There's now a captain as well. One squad of Raptors. Decimus, the prophet over here. Also having this explosive jail bomb like Batman. So there you go. Yeah, in comes. Now they're trying to advance even. Don't be too cocky. In comes. What is this? It was a big. And now they jump in. Oh, this is jumping twice, it looks like. No, do they just jump out again? I am not really sure. So these guys are now here, the flash kids, moving in, seeing what's going on and just leaving, I guess. And looks like these flash kids, no, they had nothing. So this is now even an advance from HUNtington and Andarion. The machine Relic doing as much as it can. HP wise it is very high with 10k. Basically the Relic unit. In comes now this big sappy gun of the so if you come close, these bottom also shoot. There's a Lehman Russ King pattern produced in the field. This Lehman Run King pattern died. So everything is shooting at the Land Raider Phobos over here, which will probably die, but his place will be taken shortly by another one. In comes now more Orks, but they are getting met by some Atramentors and Decimus, the Prophet, and also the Dream Eater eating their dreams. This is a mighty strong ability, I gotta say. Looking amazing as well. Holy moly. In comes out. Oh, the Dark Knight. Okay. He switched production from the Kratos to the Dark Knight, which is a tier 1 Titan. Yeah, it comes. Default loadout can get some different weapons as well. This is, yeah, a knight for you. Another Demon Prince Ascension being researched. A lot of units died on the side of HUNtington when I was not looking for 30 seconds. But in comes now the Titan, and if you go for a ranged weapon loadout, which I think you should in this situation, not really need to walk in and eat the shots. Maybe, okay, Volkite, you need a tier 2 Titan research. You can get another unit, I think. Do you still have the Relic? You do. The critical location, the Relic is also still yours. Your resources also align. So just start the next unit, I guess. The Kratos battle tank. Tier 2 Titan research, I'm not sure. Okay, now he goes into melee even. Did he get the second chainsword? He did not. If you want to go into melee, get your second chainsword and go ham immediately. Killing now Lehman Russ in the just over here, but losing a lot of HP also. He has a lot of HP. And there's now finally the Archmagus Prime. Look at this beauty over here. Wow. Still can use all of his abilities, but cannot be attached to the squad anymore, obviously. Now moving back, needs to get some repairs. The Orks on the backside have now been defeated. What do we have here now? Kratos battle tank now has no room yet, but yeah, if he loses one Demon Rust, for example, he will get another one. Can get, yeah, the Land Raider. So basically using one Predator, you can get the Kratos and the Land Raider. Oh, or lose your Titan, I guess, also works. Jesus Christ, I'm not counting how many Lehman Russ King Patterns, but we have seen a lot of different iterations with different weapon loadouts in this game. So you see, this is a lot of variety, I gotta say. Atramentors over here, the F-Ray Strain Commanders. I do not see any or at least I haven't seen any Grenadiers, for example. Oh, hi! In comes the Battle Wagon over here. Battle Wagon, I think, can shoot more stuff if you load in. Not sure if this is also the case here. At least that's how it is done in Dawn of War 2, and I think something similar is being added over here. Another airstrike. Holy moly. This Shadow Dome needs to be alive. There's now looted Lehman Russ and a looted battle tank over here with the Battle Wagon coming in against this Predator, which, yeah, cannot do a lot. The Volkite Predator, however, how long is the range? Is it in range? It is! Holy moly, the range is amazing. Getting now Decimus back as well as the Land Raider. Is the Shadow Dome still alive? It is, so killing the Shadow Dome would need to have highest priority, but I think they started a bit too late. The Kratos will get out? Question mark? Yeah, there it comes. Super heavy Kratos battle tank. Shadow Dome will die now afterwards, but this is no use because the Kratos is already out. The Land Raider Phobos also coming in, so this is now so many Orks again. The Lehman Russ in the back, I think. In comes now I was thinking about the machine Relic. It was killed or it was staying back. You can teleport it in, and it was just teleported in. Airstrike, boom! For the Praetorian Guard, killing not their Orks, but other Orks. Wow. Holy moly, killing more and more orcs. The Luminous battle tank doesn't know where to shoot first with all these orcs coming in. And now the HUNtington's commandos over here also not really sure where they need to shoot first. The Akaros is back over here, so they are fighting back. Kratos battle tank is still alive. Lehman Land Raider is also here in the middle. Will probably die shortly. The Cataphract class robots are here dealing a lot of damage at all sides with their, looks like either assault cannons or heavy bolters, I'm not sure. Another Lemurus goes down, another Land Raider goes down. There's now a 1-on-1 of Archmagus Prime against Krieg, and I know who wins this 1-on-1. The guy with the bigger axe. Even laughing at Archmagus as he goes down in the earth. Now flying back to, lick his wounds, I guess. Another Predator being added, so... Wow, not a lot of infantry, but a lot of vehicles now. Okay, Kratos is still alive. He needs to rebuild the Shadow Dome. He just loses now the... Oh, if he gets a critical location, we could see a Titan on the other side. Because he has the Relic already. Yeah, if you have the Relic and you get the critical, you then can get the Titan class unit, which is also a knight for the AME+O over here. Still fighting in the same old, I don't know, square kilometer over here. 100 meters, I'm not sure. Vehicles coming in. This is just so much, guys. 3 orc sluggers coming in. I'm not sure what they're expecting to see and do over here. If still some upgrades being researched this late in the game, this shows you how intense it was for the players. The Kratos is still here in pretty good shape. Tank commander is still here. Another captain ready to be ascended to another Krieg if he needs to, I guess. And the critical is now in the hands of this guy. So will he get the... Yes, he gets the tier 2 awakening. He needs to get the tier 2 awakening because he lost his first HQ basically. He needs to rebuild it, get the tier 2 add-on, and then needs to keep his critical location for... Oh, this is close. Where's this? This will not be in time. He will lose the Relic before he has his HQ ready. This is so close. It's basically like 10% of the HQ. And so he cannot get his Titan. So this is sad for the side of the Archmagus, for the AME+O over here. Oh my god, this would have been so nice to see a knight on one side against the Kratos battle tank on the other side. I think it can spawn these explosive stuff. Yeah, so this is really sad over here. This would have been the game-winning move. Oh, some artifacting over here. Game was on for too long, I guess. Kratos gives you the backbone you need. I think rebuilding the Shadow Dome wouldn't be a bad idea in preparation. Okay, he even needs to get his Relic back, so the economy on all sides should be very low. You can see it better than I do. I don't want to switch over here. Even now some killer cans or some more beef over here. Another big orc call in. And more and more and more and more and more orcs. Many orcs have been harmed in the making of this video. He even gets the Relic back. Adrian is Andarion. He has the Relic. If he gets the critical, he will be able to get another Titan unit out if he so desires. Holy moly, no Relic unit of course for HUNtington, as he has no Relic. He could get a Relic to get another Shadow Sword, for example. This would be very helpful. Probably getting the Machine Reliquary again, or getting a Lehman Rust. He can also get another mobile base, the Land Leviathan, and should just get another base prepared. You can get like all these bases here and then get the tier 2 on them. So they can use their weaponry. They can use their weaponry, I think, only when they have the tier 2 add-on on them. Holy moly! Still going on. Another whirlwind now being added. It was very good to first whirlwind, so nice to see another one. Poor guy killing this one orc in particular over here. Yeah, Demon Rust coming in. The Greek is here undetected for now. Ultrametals being at. You basically just build everything you can, but look at the resources. The resources are dwindling. You need to get new points. If you get new points, oh, it is our friend HUNtington getting the relic now. The critical should get the relic as well, so he can get one of his titans out, I guess. Yeah, very nice to have if he gets it, because then, as I said, he can get critical units, because the Kratos battle tank is already out for his friend Andarion over here. Yeah, but he needs to get the but this is owned by HUNtington, but there's no point, so that's why. So he has now a relic and a critical, getting now the shadow sword because he has the relic. I was a bit blind not seeing that he has the relic, and after the shadow sword he can add one of his I'm not sure what it is called. His basically tier 1 titan equivalent Bane blade thingy magics. Predator just driving in for now, okay, wanting to see what's going on, beating some stuff. Not a Predator, not sure, this looks like a bit of a misclick, I guess, that he was coming in. Not sure why you would just drive through. Maybe to get sights for his another bombing run over here. Battle Wagon is out. Predator needs to get some repairs. Shadow Sword should be out now. Yeah, soon-ish. Yeah, a lot of more repair units would be nice, but I think they die pretty easily on the front. HUNtington, even with his commandos now getting this strategic point as it was, he kept. So this should reset the wow, bombing run over here. Should reset the decay counter. Yeah, now it's green again, so getting new points will gives you a lot of resources. In comes the Shadow Sword with the Commonwealth flag on top, and now he can get also, if he has the resources, however, the tier 1 titan equivalent. Shadow Sword now coming in. Yes, I don't see the floor anymore. How are you? Another orc just died over there. What we haven't seen really is an attack on the orc base by air. Like, you could use those guys to jump over as well. It's not like you're the only one that can jump, you know. Would have helped, I think, quite a lot. But you also could argue that you need every man and every vehicle at the front over here. The battle wagon getting focused and going down. Is this the breaking point finally? With the Shadow Sword and the Kratos battle tank, if you keep your big tanks alive and just keep on keeping on, or commandos next to Obliterators, another bombing run. No, these are war banners being dropped here, but not sure if those will go up or stay here for long. Some research being added. There's the Archmagus Prime. Is this another mobile base being built? No, warriors and Demon Rust, and I think this is the turning point. There's no holding back. Ignore the orc sluggers. Kill their production, and then they cannot produce anymore. There's even a settlement in the middle over here. Yeah, this looks like it is finally the breaking point. Getting even the statue over here. If you upgrade it, you can have some airstrikes to help you out. But yeah, the Kratos on this side, Shadow Sword on the other side, Demon Rust and Predators left, right, and center. Whirlwind is still alive? Question mark. I cannot see it. Probably died again. And yeah, some attempts of a base trade have been turned down. He's a chem cannon even. Holy moly! But this battle tank will go down, but not before the other Demon Rust going down. Shadow Sword now advancing over here. And that was a especially what was it called again? Big Max race. Oh, the Roland is in the base, giving some artillery support from the base. I think, yeah, isn't the first idea. Has quite a long range. But yeah, now first player has left the game. Second player will follow suit. The Rickard Kane has left the game twice. It looks like. The game has issues to keep up with if there's happened so much in the game. This is it now. about 2 reliquaries being, yeah, 2 reliquaries. Mopping up the end, just quickly seeing if I can see the resources. Yeah, a lot of resources for HUNtington. He could get a tier 1 Titan, should get it even. He's out. A lot of resources over here, so we're getting just now correction, infiltration and everything in the book. So yeah, the Orks are not leaving here for now, but they will eventually, because there's no need to stay in here. And these are all buildings made of paper mache, some wood and some prayers, some belief. If they believe hard enough, they hold together, but that's basically all. They will be mocked up here, even some artillery support from the whirlwind over here. But yeah, all the Night Lords now coming in. I guess, yeah, the Praetorian Guard coming in, getting now also the weapon upgrade. No, it's the basically the reload of this. Looks like a Quake cannon or something. Very, very big, boomy stuff. And yeah, this should be the last production building. I'm not seeing any. Really cursed Flyby 54. This is not good mannerism over here. Jesus Christ. But okay. Getting Shadow of Nostragamo, so yeah.
Yes, Master Talus. No, I shall not call you differently.
Yeah, they just move in, they will see it. Are they getting... They already built a settlement here and now building another one. What is over here? One slugger boy is giving a name. Sammy the slugger boy. He has seen things. His brothers died. He's the only one surviving this whole... Yeah. Slaughter over here. So yeah, he's the one who can tell the story to the other mushroom boys later on. Oof. So I haven't promised too less from this. A bit of a stalemate in the tier 2, but then oh boy, we have seen things over here. I really like the new model of the heavy stubber for the Praetorian Guard over here. One of the latest stuff that's been added. Even the guy over here with a, what is it called? Is it a melter, I guess? Can I see it over here? No, I can't. Yeah, but I think guys with a melter and also a havoc launcher as well. Yeah, before I lost in the details, very nicely done by all the players in here to have the stamina to stay in the game. We have seen a lot of dead orcs over here just panning through the battlefield, basically endless production from an orc player at some point, which is the way to go. But the HUNtington and his friend Andarion stemmed the tide and eventually won. So guys, as usual guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye!